So I've been thinking about the concept of under-promising and over-delivering. Yesterday I enrolled a new client and I told him the same. I'm like, we're gonna do a weekly one-on-one, but you're my one-on-one client. You have my highest priority. Your point B, your success is my biggest commitment. Because by extension, you achieving success, I will achieve success. And the moment he made the decision to enroll, he said to me, congrats for you, you've got a new client. And I was like, well, there's not too much to congratulate me with. The only person that is really the winner here is you. Because you made a commitment to yourself that your point B is more important than the comfortable situation you're in right now. And the reason I'm sharing this is my success is achieved once people achieve their point B, once they make progress towards who they want to become. And I know that's a never-ending game, but that shows that my commitment is on the actual result, not on the sale. And that's what I want to talk about for this video, because something very interesting is happening in the last few weeks. As my one-on-one people know, and this video is only meant for my one-on-one people, I don't really do marketing. Because it's not about how people perceive you online, it's about the being, the person you truly are. And what I see is when I speak to people that I inspire them, or that they find my intellect interesting, or that they see that the conversations that they're having with me are different conversations than with the ordinary person. And what I'm seeing is that online, the opposite happens. And that is that people present themselves as the expert, as the knowledgeable, as the intellect, as the know-it-all. But in the last few weeks and months, I've had a lot of conversations with entrepreneurs. And those conversations has been deep and honest, because I touch a deeper layer than the normal person. And it's been happening so often that people post so much stuff on social media, on LinkedIn, Miro boards, videos, copy on a daily, weekly basis. And the only reason they do this is because they need more clients or they want more clients. And here's what's wrong with it. How can you present yourself as the expert online while having no clients? I've spoken to people that had 0 clients. I've spoken to people that had $600 on their bank account. I've spoken to people that were basically delusional in a bad way of not realizing the situation they're in. And it's mind-boggling to me that these people are the most vocal, because they shouldn't be. Because they haven't earned their position to talk in a way that they're doing. They have not earned it. And I started looking at myself and I'm like, for the last few months, maybe years, I have some resistance on personal branding and on social media. And I'm actually going to start social media September. And I realized that it is because so much stuff is fake. When you're scrolling on social media, there are some 16-year-old guys that are truly doing 100, 200K a month. But that's the 1%. And even these guys are so vocal just about the money, about the revenue, about the numbers, because obviously that is what attracts the numbers, that's what attracts attention. But that's not where true value is happening. That's not where that's not where you truly change people, their lives. It's just showing other people that they're not there and he is there at a revenue number. Like, it's empty. And I started thinking about, why do I have this resistance? Well, one of these reasons is this. But one of the other reasons is because so many people talk about stuff and it can be interpreted in hundreds of different ways where it doesn't land right. And now you're this person with a good intention, but you end up speaking about the wrong stuff that you're not qualified to talk about, leading people the wrong way. One of my mentors says it all the time, and it's true. There are so many people that go into therapy, go to coaches, and from the moment they walk in to the moment they're leaving this conversation, they're leaving this conversation worse than they entered. And this is the war against the coaching domain, the coaching world, that I'm choosing to fight. And the real way you can do this is by being honest. Of course, you're not showing your clients that you might not have any clients, or you might have never done stuff before. But if you have 2 clients for real and some clients in the pipeline, doesn't mean you can post about having 5 clients. And you know who we are if you're seeing this video. And it's something natural in people. It's called looking good. They all want to be perceived higher than they actually are. And where I want to get at is the following. If you truly need clients, of course you're doing activities to get clients. But imagine being at the level of having a fully booked calendar, having the operations run full on for 100% capacity, making the money you want to make. Would you still be posting the content? You don't need clients anymore. You could get some clients, but it's not necessary. Would you truly post the content? Or is this just because you need it now and that's why you post and that's why you want to be perceived in a certain way so people will enroll in your story and your business? And when I asked myself this question, I was like, man, I've actually stuck pretty tight to what I want to post and what not, because I already had a lot of resistance on content. And then I realized, all right, this September I'm going to do the monthly documentaries. Do I truly want to post this? Yes, I want to inspire people. It's my mission. And I know it's a good training and a good challenge for myself to stay true to who I truly am and who I want to be, and not walk into the trap of showing people how perfect my life is. Because that's the whole game that I'm playing, is that I'm different. I'm showing people a real true life, not a perfect life. I want to show people my imperfections and how it is to own imperfections. So the moral of the story, the moral of this video is, I want to invite you guys to look at your social identity and put it beside your real life identity. So your real life being and your social being. And I want to invite you guys to look at it and give both sides a number of how inflated or deflated the identity is, because it works both ways. the same people that are doing social media could walk up to me and say, hey man, your social media is deflated on the true value you have. And that might be true. Maybe it's not. Maybe people perceive me as a strong, real-life being and a weak social being. But I would rather have that situation than have a strong social being and a weak, real-life being. And before you guys sit down and do this test with yourself, truly take a moment to be radically honest about your point A. Because if we believe in our own stories of how good we are and that what we're saying is always amazing, and you won't have a true answer. So actually take a moment to be in the present, to slow down, think about all the situations, maybe look at a few posts you've made and ask yourself how much was to just get clients, to just show people how good you are, and how much is truly with the true intention of helping people get to the next level, sharing the message, impacting people. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, or one is right and one is wrong. But it will give you a great guideline on what's the number from 1 to 100 on how inflated or deflated my social being is, and how inflated and deflated my personal being is. Call to action for all my one-on-one clients is send me via WhatsApp the number from 0 to 100 for the social being. And it could be social media, that could be other platforms. And 0 to 100 for the personal being. I'm very curious how you guys score yourself on this little test. And I'm going to chat to you guys soon.